Hello, medicine alchemists, magic folk, and self-healers. Thank you for joining me today for this galactic shamanic activation, the sacred medicine believed to originate from the stars, activating the remembrance of our galactic heritage and starseed origins. Please ensure you will be undisturbed for the next hour or so. Make sure you've set up your sacred space, activated your altar if you have one, and cleared the energy around your body and in your space in preparation for today's shamanic journey. Revered for thousands of years by indigenous cultures around the world, mushrooms are said to carry wisdom from another world, unlocking deep cosmic insights and spiritual awakening. The sacred ceremonies of the Mazatec people were made known to the modern world through Maria Sabina, a legendary curandera who shared the healing and visionary power of these fungi with seekers from afar. Her chants, or icaros as we call them, were celestial prayers, guiding participants through profound spiritual journeys that connected them with the divine and activated their higher consciousness. Some spiritual traditions believe that mushrooms are not native to Earth and arrived here on meteors that hit the planet millions of years ago, while others believe they were brought here from an advanced civilization elsewhere in the universe and gifted to humanity for galactic connection and spiritual insight. No matter their origin, these sacred fungi are thought to be a bridge between worlds, awakening dormant memories of our origins as starseeds and reminding us of our galactic heritage. Through their sacred teachings, they illuminate our path toward unity, interconnectedness, and higher dimensional awareness. The active compound serves as a portal to other realms, dissolving the barriers of ego and unlocking access to infinite wisdom of the cosmos. Mushrooms are said to activate dormant DNA, opening channels for starseed remembrance and awakening us to the sacred mission encoded in our very being. By connecting with this medicine, we align with the frequencies of universal love and divine purpose, gaining clarity about our role in the grand tapestry of existence. Maria Sabina emphasized that this sacred medicine must be approached with reverence and intention. She taught that when consumed with a pure heart, mushrooms could heal physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments, while offering profound insights into the mysteries of existence. In her ceremonies, the mushrooms became a direct conduit for divine wisdom, facilitating transformation and alignment with one's cosmic essence. Within the apothecary medicine alchemy system, we consider them to be activators as they potentiate the effects of other shamanic plant medicines such as cacao, blue lotus, sassafras. This allows us to work with the other plant spirits in journey while using less of these precious plants, reducing deforestation, consumption, and species endangerment. But that's only one aspect of the magic of alchemically mixing medicines. This symbiotic relationship between mushrooms and plants is found in nature everywhere, as mycelium supports the propagation and growth of plant life around the globe. We call this biomimetic technology, as it mimics natural biological functions, and we alchemize our medicine experiences with monoatomic gold. And because gold is considered to be mineralized or densified sunlight, the combination of a plant medicine, a mushroom medicine, and direct sunlight medicine such as monoatomic gold transforms you and your journey, delivering a supercharged greenhouse effect, giving you the most optimal environment to grow strong and flourish. At this time, I invite you to dim the lights. Ensure you've used the restroom and find a comfortable spot where you can lie down, whether on the floor or on a bed facing upward in a state of receptivity and openness. Blankets, pillows, and an eye mask are encouraged but are not necessary. Your only job is to focus on my voice and your breath. By beginning to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, we will open the shamanic ceremony by calling in the directions and Great Spirit while creating an environment of protection and activation. Simply surrender and receive. At this time, we call upon the spirits in the east, the element of air, the spirit, the domain of the eagle and the condor. We activate you now. We call upon the spirits in the south, the element of fire, the heart, the domain of the serpent and the wolf. We activate you now. We call upon the spirits in the west, the element of earth, the body, the domain of the jaguar and the bear. We activate you now. We call upon the spirits in the north, the element of water, the mind, the domain of the hummingbird and the buffalo. We activate you now. We call upon Yang, the divine masculine, grounding, stabilizing, protective, the domain of Wachuma, the grandfather. We activate you now. We call upon Yin, the divine feminine, ferocious, life-giving, and creative, the domain of Ayahuasca, the grandmother. We activate you now. We call upon Source, totality, all that is, the Great Spirit. We thank you and we activate you now. At this time, we call upon our angels, guides, loved ones, ancestors, star family, ascended masters. We thank you and welcome you into this sacred space. Thank you to Maria Sabina, the godmother of sacred mushrooms, for teaching us the ways to connect with the mushroom consciousness. And lastly, we call upon the spirit of psilocybin mushrooms, the magic teachers and galactic visitors. We thank you for coming to this planet and activate you now. This ceremony is now open. Keeping your eye mask on and your physical eyes closed, I want you to breathe in through the nose and hold it for a moment, preparing to dislodge your spirit body from your physical, and sigh it out now as you begin to feel yourself rising and lifting up. Another deep inhale through the nose and hold it again, building a pressure as you focus on your heart. And as you sigh it out now, I want you to feel yourself rising up through your heart, feeling the heart walls dissolve and soften. One more deep, deep breath in through the nose until you can't inhale anymore. And hold it in your heart, building an immense pressure of force, rigidity, and protection, and sigh it out now, letting all of your worries go as you say goodbye to the physical world and you ascend upward until your spirit body is standing upright. As you continue to breathe gently and deeply through the nose and out of the mouth, I want you to see the room you are in from all sides and look down at your physical body, which is holding space for you and will be here safely and comfortably upon your return. You begin to hear a ticking. It sounds like a clock or a pocket watch. It's coming from outside. Say goodbye to your physical body, and as you breathe deeply, follow the ticking sound out of the door of your home as you emerge out into a beautiful sunny day. Still following the sound of the ticking, you step out onto the grass, feeling the warmth of the sun beneath your etheric feet, emanating from the bright green turf. Take a deep breath into that, through your nose, feeling your etheric body grounding into Mama Gaia's ancient grid, and as you exhale slowly out of the mouth, look down at the ground at your etheric feet. Suddenly you notice small mushrooms with golden caps growing up between the blades of grass. The ticking sound continues as you notice hundreds of the mushrooms patching together all in a row like a trail of breadcrumbs leading the way. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale slowly, follow this trail of mushrooms now. As you continue to follow these small patches of golden mushrooms, you hear the ticking sound growing louder and clearer when you realize these mushrooms are leading you to a large enchanting forest. As you come to the end of this trail of golden mushrooms, right at the edge of the woods, you look up at the trees. These are the tallest, most ancient trees you've ever seen. You hear the ticking sound growing louder once more, when suddenly you notice something out of the corner of your etheric eye moving between the sea of trees. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, go into the enchanted forest. Now, as you walk under the dense canopy of trees, you notice what looks like a large white rabbit hopping through the forest ahead. Remember that you are safe and that nothing can harm you, not on my watch. The sound of the ticking continues as you begin to follow this giant white rabbit through the forest as you continue to breathe deeply. You notice this white rabbit is moving quickly as you struggle to keep up. Where is it going, you think to yourself, as you make your way swiftly through this enchanting forest? As you near closer, the rabbit suddenly stops momentarily as if to catch its breath, and you see it pull out something shiny and golden, dangling on a golden chain as the sunlight shining through the canopy above hits this object, causing it to reflect golden light all around the forest. It's a pocket watch. You realize now where the sound of this ticking is coming from, when suddenly the rabbit stows the pocket watch away and begins to hop forward once again, quickly. It must be running late, very late, for a very important date. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, follow the white rabbit once again. Now, as you struggle to keep up, you notice the white rabbit take a sharp right, and for a moment you lose sight of this giant white creature, and as you turn right up ahead, you see the largest, widest, and most ancient tree in the entire forest, sitting in the middle of a great opening. You see the giant white rabbit hopping around to the back side of this tree until it is completely out of view. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, go to this enchanted tree. Now, as you approach the tree, you notice mushrooms of all kinds growing at the roots and alongside the trunk of this tree toward the bottom, as you turn the corner to find that the white rabbit has disappeared and the sound of the pocket watch has faded away. You look to the wooded areas around you but see nothing of this belated creature. But as you look back to the tree, you are amazed to find a large opening in the side of this tree. Is that where the rabbit went? You poke your head slightly into the opening but see nothing but blackness. This is your chance to either turn around now and go back to your physical body, or follow the white rabbit. Which do you choose? If you chose to go back to your physical body, turn this journey off now. If you chose to follow the white rabbit, take a deep breath in, the deepest one you've taken so far, and as you exhale, go into the passageway, down the rabbit hole, now. Immediately you begin to fall, descending downward like you're falling from a very tall building. Surrender, surrender. Down the rabbit hole you go, falling deeper and deeper and deeper. Continue to breathe and surrender as you begin to see memories, past lives, and parallel realities flashing before your eyes, all taking you deeper and deeper and deeper. You're nearing the bottom. Just keep surrendering, surrender. Letting go, let go, and trusting as you go deeper and deeper and deeper. As you approach the bottom of this rabbit hole, your descent slows as if gravity has lightened, as you find yourself being gently placed on a large, plush, velvet sofa. Take a deep breath in, and as you gather and reorient yourself, you exhale, looking around to find that you are deep underground, deep within the mycelium underneath the roots of this ancient tree, with only the sunlight from the opening way up above lighting the space around you. As your etheric eyes adjust, you notice the sofa is a brilliant color. What color do you see? See it now. Continue to breathe deeply as you see a coffee table next to you on the left-hand side, and you notice there is a dried mushroom sitting in the middle of this coffee table with a note tied to it with a string. Continue to breathe deeply, grabbing this mushroom and untying the string holding the folded piece of paper in place from around the stem of it. The note reads, "Eat me." You look back up toward the light and wonder what you've gotten yourself into, but you realize it's too late to turn back now. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, eat the dried mushroom. Now, as you swallow the last remaining pieces of this mushroom, you start to feel strange as you look at your hands in amazement, watching them shrink before your very eyes. As you continue to shrink, you look around as the room and furniture appears to grow in size as you become smaller and smaller and smaller until you're so small you fall off the side of this velvet sofa and land on the soft ground made of buoyant, fluffy mycelium. Now what? You think to yourself, when suddenly you notice a small opening at the base of the wall of the head, where light is coming through, like a tiny mouse door that you are now able to fit through. Take a deep breath in as you make your way to this perfectly sized miniature passageway, and as you exhale out of the mouth, slowly feel the fluffy and sometimes sticky web of mycelium beneath your etheric feet, following the golden light shining through it like a gilded ray of hope, lighting your way forward. And as you approach the exit point, go out through this passageway. Now, as you walk out of the opening in this tree, you realize you have been transported into another world completely. The colors are brighter, the sunlight more golden as you realize you stand 1 inch tall above the ground. The blades of grass tower above you as you begin to walk forward. Although you are small, everything is so magical and beautiful from down here as you suddenly notice a forest of mushrooms up ahead, and you venture into it. As you journey through the forest of mushrooms, you watch in awe as they glow and seem to be breathing as you notice the small gills under their caps and texture of their stems in ways you couldn't have seen before you were this size. Take a deep breath in, and suddenly you begin to smell something burning, like smoke. And as you exhale, follow the smell of the smoke, calling forth your lower world animal guide. Now, as you turn the corner, you see your lower world animal guide. Whichever animal appears first is the one, and you notice they are sitting comfortably atop one of these magical mushrooms, smoking a hookah and relaxing, waiting for you. Take a deep breath in again, and as you exhale slowly, approach your lower world animal guide. If this is the first time working with this animal spirit, introduce yourself. And if this is not the first time working with this guide, say hello again, like you're greeting an old friend. Continue to breathe deeply as your animal guide puts down the hookah and comes down off of the top of this mushroom to greet you. Take some time to connect with them, embrace them, and show love and gratitude. You notice your lower world animal guide suddenly break off a piece of this magical glowing mushroom and invites you to do the same. As you break off your piece, you look back to your power animal for guidance, and they look at you in your eyes, speaking to you telepathically. Do you trust me? If you trust your lower world animal guide, say out loud, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. Immediately, your animal guide begins to eat their piece of mushroom, and you begin to follow them. As you finish your piece, your animal guide looks at you and smiles as the ground beneath you begins to shake as you notice both of you growing in size. As you continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, you see you and your animal guide growing taller and wider until you both reach a normal size relative to the environment around you. As you adjust to your new vantage point, you look around to see the most beautiful trees surrounded by fields of gorgeous flowers and roses. But before you can enjoy it for too long, your animal guide begins to head forward. Do not fall behind. As you follow your animal guide closely, continuing to breathe deeply, you notice them leading you toward the edge of this enchanted forest as you notice patches of glowing golden mushrooms speckled along your path as you take in the beauty around you. Up ahead, you see a sign. It says, "Welcome to Wonderland." What is Wonderland, you wonder to yourself? But just keep following your animal guide, trusting, believing, and feeling safe, breathing deeply and gently making your way through this mystical landscape. Up ahead, you notice a large tree with branches that extend out over your path when suddenly you notice two bright yellow eyes staring down at you from up above this branch. As you get closer, the eyes continue gazing at you, giving way to a beautiful smile as you watch purple-blue fur appearing and a body forming around this set of enchanting eyes. Just before you walk under the branch, you see this being transform into a beautiful purple-blue Egyptian cat. Why does this gorgeous feline feel so familiar to you? Anti-lotus. The Egyptian cat's tail is holding a beautiful blue lotus flower, and as you cross beneath her, she winks at you and tosses you the blue lotus flower, and you catch it, safely placing it in your etheric pocket. As you continue to breathe deeply, you keep following your guide, but as you turn around to see this feline one last time, you notice she has vanished without a trace. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale slowly out of the mouth, your animal guide begins to pick up speed, and you do the same as not to fall behind when you notice your power animal leading you toward a majestic courtyard with 20-foot-tall hedges blocking you from seeing what's inside. As you near the entrance, you begin to smell the sweet aroma of chocolate as you feel a buzzing sensation forming in the center of your chest. Your animal guide leads you through a gated entrance made of gold, and as you step into the courtyard, you notice neatly trimmed bushes in the shape of hearts at all four corners and dozens of beautiful cacao trees lining the pathway forward like soldiers on guard. The strong aroma of chocolate becomes stronger and more intoxicating as you notice a woman with long, flowing black hair and a crown made out of dried cacao pods trimming the cacao tree up ahead. She seems so familiar to you. Mama Cacao. Continue to breathe deeply, staying focused as you continue following your animal guide down this path. You near close to this Queen of Hearts, and she turns to you all and smiles. Your animal guide bows to her in honor and respect, and you do the same. The Queen of Hearts bows back as she reaches into one of the cacao pods and grabs a bean and throws it to you. As you catch it, you feel a strong pulsating energy move into your heart and spread throughout your entire chest as she waves to you all on your way out of this majestic courtyard. Keep breathing deeply through the nose and out of the mouth as your animal guide leads you out of this courtyard and you emerge into a lush green forest. As you continue to follow your power animal, you place this cacao bean into your etheric pocket along with your blue lotus flower as you begin to see strange, three-lobed leaves everywhere in your vision. The sweet smell of root beer fills your nose as you stay close to your animal guide, beginning to hear voices coming from up ahead. As you near closer, you see off to your left through an opening in the trees what looks like a gathering. Dozens of different species of forest creatures sit at a long table covered in cups and food, leading to a gorgeous androgynous being wearing a large hat sitting at the end of this table, telling stories and serving sassafras tea. Uncle Sass. As you and your animal guide pass this buzzing tea party, the Mad Hatter looks at you both and smiles. They stand and come to greet you all. You and your animal guide stop for a moment as this gorgeous two-spirit being picks a three-lobed leaf off of one of these sassafras trees and hands it to you. As you take the leaf from them, you immediately feel electricity moving throughout your entire body until you are buzzing from within. They smile at you, and you smile back as they swiftly return to their tea party and story time. Take a deep breath in through the nose, placing this sassafras leaf into your etheric pocket along with your cacao bean and your blue lotus flower, and as you exhale slowly, your animal guide begins moving forward. Follow it. Your animal guide begins to lead you off the beaten path. Your journey becomes rockier and more wild as you step over branches and hear twigs snapping beneath your etheric feet as you keep up with your guide. Trust your power animal. They're taking you to them. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Feel the breath fill up the entire vessel and let out a sigh. Now, releasing any tension, fear, or hesitation. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Your animal guide leads you toward a very large cave entrance. You can see mushrooms growing on the moss everywhere, on and around the ancient boulders surrounding this cave. The air begins to feel cooler and more damp as you follow your animal guide into the dazzling darkness of this cave. Now, as you continue to follow your power animal into the cave, the light of the sun begins to dim, and you notice paintings on the side of the walls inside of the tunnel of this cave. Ancient depictions of mushrooms cover the walls, thousands of them, as you make your way into this cave. The air becomes cooler and damper even more now as you begin to see flickering lights up ahead around the corner. Keep breathing deeply into the nose and out of the mouth, following your animal guide deeper into the cave as you begin to feel a presence. The warm ambient flickering light becomes brighter, and the smoke from the burning fire begins to envelop you, cleansing you, smudging you, and clearing your energy of any and all thought forms, emotions, entities, matrix frequencies, energies of any kind that do not belong to you and are not serving you for your highest good. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale with a sigh, walk deeper and deeper into this cave, letting go, surrendering, and receiving. Your animal guide leads you around the corner, giving way to a brilliant blazing fire within this cave, and as your etheric eyes adjust, you notice a small, elderly Mexican woman with gray silver hair sitting by the fire waiting for you. Maria Sabina.
I've been waiting for you, Magic One. Come sit with me by the fire and let me tell you a story.
Your animal guide takes a seat next to this wise woman and begins to rest comfortably by the fire as she motions you to sit across from her.
My name is Maria. They call me the godmother of magic mushrooms, but this does not suit me well. I am simply a messenger and connector for these ancient beings we call mushrooms. They are teachers and they have much medicine for you, if you are ready to remember.
If you're ready to receive this activation, say yes, yes. Maria stands and walks to you, and in her hand, she holds a mushroom.
You came here with a great mission, Star Child. It's time to remember.
She hands you this mushroom, and as you place it into your etheric pocket, along with your sacred flower, your sacred bean, and your sacred leaf, Maria places a large Mexican poncho with colorful patterns made of wool over and around you as if she is preparing to send you off on another journey.
Don't be afraid, Golden One. They're waiting for you.
Before you can say anything, she helps you up to your feet and walks you to the other side of the cave, where there is another tunnel leading out. It's time to say goodbye to Maria and your animal guide. Thank them, show them love and gratitude, and remember, you are safe, you are safe, you are safe. Before you head into the tunnel, Maria grabs your arm and says,
take the items in your pocket and place them on the altar as an offering.
Although you're confused and unsure, you trust her. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose, holding it in your entire body, building that pressure, and release with a sigh. Now. And as you exhale, begin walking down the dark passageway. As you leave behind your guides and the warmth of the fire, you notice it getting colder and the air less stagnant as you begin to hear wind roaring up ahead. As you turn the corner, you see a bright light ahead of you as the sound of the wind grows louder and more menacing, but you keep moving forward, trusting and feeling safe. As you near closer, you realize that it's snowing as huge gusts of wind carrying thousands of snowflakes on their wings, as you notice these sparkling crystalline structures dancing all around you as the wind roars and the cold air shocks your senses. You reach the exit of this cave and you emerge out into a bright white landscape as you realize you are on top of a large, majestic, mystical mountain, Mount Shasta. As you walk out into the snow, you realize you are almost at the very top of this huge, towering mountain, and you look up behind and see a statue sitting immovably at the apex. You grab onto the rocks and climb up on top of the entrance of this cave, being careful not to slip as you move gently through this raging snowstorm. And as you come to the very center of this mountain peak, you realize this is a statue of a large mushroom. As you continue to breathe deeply, you get close to the statue and begin wiping off the piles of snow and pushing the snow away from it to reveal its true form. As you finish dusting off the last remaining snow piles, you notice this statue is made of solid crystal, and at the foot of this statue is an altar, also made out of crystalline stone. At this time, take your sacred items out of your etheric pocket and place them one by one onto the altar, activating all 4 directions. The sacred sassafras leaf for the west, the body. The sacred cacao bean for the south, the heart. The sacred lotus flower for the north, the mind. And the sacred mushroom for the east, the spirit. Suddenly this crystal mushroom begins to glow as light begins emanating from its center, and as you continue to breathe, the crystal mushroom begins to glow so brightly that light begins to shoot up into the sky, into the clouds above you, forming a cascading mirage of iridescent rainbow lights, like a laser beam shooting up into space. Take a deep breath in through the nose and surrender as you exhale out of the mouth, when suddenly you see a giant glowing orb, a ship made of golden crystalline light hovering above you in the clouds. A ray of golden light shoots down onto the peak of Mount Shasta, where you stand, like a warm, radiant spotlight as you begin to feel called upward, back home. Remember. Continue to breathe as you suddenly feel lifted off of the solid mountaintop beneath you as you find yourself ascending upward into the light. Go into the light. Surrender, surrender, surrender. And remember, remember. Go into the light. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Breathe, surrender, surrender. Remember. Come home, come home, come home. For a moment, everything goes dark and quiet and still. You then find yourself slowly coming to aboard a large extra-dimensional ship made of crystalline light. As your etheric eyes adjust, you can see Earth and outer space out of a large window-like opening ahead of you, as you are bathed in warmth and golden brilliant light. At this time, call forth your star families. You come from many places, Magic One. Remember. Remember. Suddenly you notice beings emerging from the light, one by one. Members of your star family gather around you in a circle, ready to help you remember, awaken, and activate your mission. Surrender to their love and their codes and their galactic wisdom. Let them show you how magical and multidimensional and important you truly are. Tuaya anama aratu uya mama aka atarana ashtama oro. Hina aikana aratu uro tuya mama arakta. Enta po uro tufla anikro tu ushti mama akni. Na eme mara akni na. Tatama a ui akne mara tu ushtu onoya mama akne marakna. Hatira kuturu tushtoyama takra tuturu stoye moroto akmirato ratia moroto toyamarana marato roto stoye marato noda Aratnaya moro tuya maratna Ai tu moro tuya more aro kore aro noma Aratna Ai tu nore amo kuturo yenete aika aro tustu noratna Atalawa yete nai koro tuya motoro tustuna It's time to say goodbye to your star families for now. And come back, come back, come back, back to your body. Come back to your body. Show your star families gratitude. Show them love. And feel their love in return within you as they take you in this orb of light back down to earth. Breathe in through the nose, and as you exhale slowly, you see them taking you back to the state where you reside. Deep breath in again, and as you exhale slowly out of the mouth, you see yourself hovering in this golden sphere of light above your home as you find yourself descending downward through this ray of golden light, continuing to breathe deeply as you find yourself floating downward through the ceiling down into your room. You can now see your physical body from above, like you're looking down at yourself. And as you take another deep breath in, see yourself floating downward once more until you land comfortably and directly into your physical body. Now, take another deep breath in, filling up your entire being and holding it, locking in these codes and galactic upgrades, and sigh it out now. You're back. This activation is complete, but the journey has only just begun. Take a moment to feel gratitude for this experience and your ability to activate and connect with your star family. If you feel called to, you can stand up, stretching and shaking out any dense energies that are releasing, or simply stay lying down, relaxed and at peace, allowing these upgrades to integrate. Once you feel complete, write down any messages you may have received during this activation. Which animals showed up to be your guide? What messages did you receive from your star families? What did they look like? Where do you feel they came from? Take some time to do this once this video is complete, as we tend to forget once we are back in our bodies. I thank you for trusting in me to be your guide, and I see you for all the work you are doing for yourself and the collective. Now we close the space. Thank you to our angels, guides, loved ones, ascended masters, star family, and great spirit for supporting and guiding this journey. Thank you to the medicine. Thank you to the spirit of Maria Sabina and our mushroom teachers. Thank you to Mama Gaia and the spirit of Mount Shasta. And thank your higher self and your human self for bringing you to this point. You are magical. You are a galactic being, and you've come here with a big mission. Never forget. This ceremony is now closed, and so it is. Aho.